Hey, my name is Brennan, and after RBG died, I was devastated. And one of the first places that I looked was to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She put a video up on her Instagram in which she said, "There is someone out there that only you can get to, and you have to call them this election." As soon as she said that, I knew who my one person was. For me, that's my 94-year-old grandmother, Jeannie. Now, I have always been a grandmother's boy, and we still talk almost every week. She's been the best ally to a gay grandson that you could ever ask for, but she's also been a lifelong Republican, and in 2016 she voted for Trump. It was something that I was too scared to address with her back then, but this year I knew that the stakes were too high for me to leave it unsaid. So after a long time of hesitation, I finally picked up the phone and called her during lunch one day. I started to cry, I think not just because I was afraid about the conversation, but because I was afraid for my future, and I was talking to one of the few people in my life who can really comfort me. I told her that 2 Supreme Court justices had indicated that they wanted to fix the Supreme Court's marriage equality decision. I told her that the Trump-Pence administration has tried to legalize discrimination against LGBTQ people, and particularly trans people, in the workplace, in access to health care, in education, and even in adopting kids. And finally, I told her that I was scared, that I was afraid for myself and for my community if the right took power again. And after I said all of that, my grandmother said she wouldn't vote for the Republicans this year. I stopped for a second and I said, "You promise me you'll vote for Joe Biden and Joyce Elliott, who's running for Congress in Arkansas?" And my grandmother promised me and said she'd never break her promise. And just last week, she submitted her vote, her absentee ballot, for Democrats for the first time. Later, she would tell me that she's had her loyalties, but her number one loyalty is to her grandson. So I'm here to ask you to figure out who that one person is in your life. Or maybe it's 2, or maybe it's 10. And to pick up the phone and call them right now, because the stakes this year could not be higher, and we have to give our loved ones the information and the context they need to know to protect us and to make the right decision this fall. So pick up the phone and call them right now, or as soon as you can, because the only way we're going to be able to win this is if we all show up at the polls.